In a few seconds, we gotta get the show started. Once that might help. Let's get started. Let's get started. What's going on, my people? Yeah, we back in here. Let me get the intro plan for us real quick. Welcome back to the Wheelers Podcast. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? I appreciate you coming to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, we are back tonight with a banger for you. I hope you like the show tonight. I gotta change my graphic on the thing real quick so you can see it. There we go. Show tonight. See the name. Repetition. Repetition is the key to success show. We're gonna go through some real moments and we're gonna let you know how we feel tonight about repetition and how important repetition absolutely is. The reason why repetition is so damn important is because how else will you ever get good at anything if you don't do it habitually, if you don't get good at it, if you don't understand the importance of doing things over and over again. It's like a religion. That's where religion actually comes from. Religion and repetition is the same thing, doing some shit over and over again. Okay, so what do you do? Repetition is how you learn any and everything in life, whether it comes from the fundamentals of how you do anything. Is doing it over and over again until you get good at it. And learning more and more to actually take deeper dives into those type of algorithms in order to better yourself. See, the more you intricately think deep about things, what that does is it enhances your critical thinking skills and capabilities. So you always want to practice everything that you do with some repetition. It's valuable. So let's go ahead and break down some whip moments for us. Yeah, let's do that. First whip moment. Strength is mental first. Strength. Having strength, being strong. You got to have a strong mind. Because a weak mind always wants to quit, always wants to give up, and it act as if you're already great when you ain't put in no damn work. See, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand how a person could even possibly think that way. To think in terms of, that's not thinking. Because if you got a weak mind, that frame of thinking is weak. So you don't want to do nothing over and over again because it takes concentration, it takes dedication, it takes discipline. It takes you being organized. It also takes you clearing everything else out of your mind in order to focus on that thing that you need the most, whatever it may be. But whatever you're seeking for, if you want some perfection, if you want some success, if you want those type of elements, if you want those characteristics, it takes repetition. It takes you doing it over and over and over again until you get good at it. Yeah, like sex. Yeah, that too. Sex too. Yeah, absolutely. But check it out. The beauty of having and positioning your mind to enhance is you have to challenge yourself. You have to challenge the way you think. You have to challenge what you think you know. It's a whole lot of people in this world want to assign you with a title. They want to assign you with the way they see you. They want to define you. Why would you allow that to happen? Why? Nah, you can't allow those things to happen. You have to define you. I say that again. I say that a few times in the show, but that means I really mean it for real. You have to define you. If you don't take the position in defining you, guess what? You're allowing someone else to do so. So they're purposefully taking you out of position to achieve because you can't focus. So you have to focus. And you have to practice repetition in your daily life in order to what? Get what you want out of it. That way you ain't got to sell out and sell your soul. You ain't got to sell your ass either. You'll be all right. It just takes a little discipline. Effort. You have to put some effort into something. You might as well be yourself. You dig? Let's get to the next moment. How strong is your will? You know this is the Will This Podcast, right? Make sure you go to thewillthispodcast.com, get you some merch, check it out, see if you like some stuff, and go and pick you up something nice. Therefore, you can remind yourself of how much will you got, and also let you know that your will is yours. The will is yours. Absolutely. You have to believe and understand that. It's necessary for you to believe and understand that. It's purposeful. That's purposeful information. But dig this. How strong is your will? Strong mind, strong will. Strong mind, strong will, strong body, the vessel. Knowing your capabilities. Knowing how far you can take yourself. But you got to define how strong is your will? How far can you go with just you? Or even if you're not just with you, how far can you go with your mate? You always want to challenge things for the betterment of yourself and those around you. You can never leave the people around you out. How can you be better if you don't have good people around you? But we're going to get, that's another whip moment. That's another whip moment. But I just want you to understand specifically with you, how strong is your will? Ask yourself that question. And don't just ask, figure out solutions and work on it. Strengthen your will. Empower yourself. You have to. It's necessary. It's fitting. Let's get to the next whip moment, shall we? How do you strengthen your will? Let's get into that. How do you strengthen your will? First and foremost, you have to be absolutely honest with yourself. You have to admit to yourself that you have weaknesses. And then with those weaknesses, you have to address why are you weak in those areas. And when you address why you are weak in those areas, you have to come up with solutions to strengthen where you are weak at in those specific areas. You don't have to focus so hard. No, don't focus so hard on your weaknesses. Just make sure that you are aware of them. Therefore, you can combat yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and even physically. So you don't go through the trauma that you go through in life for a reason. There is a reason why you go through trauma. You go through trauma to understand how to come on back on the other side of where you can live again. Everything is about quality of life. You have to position yourself to maintain a better quality of life. That's what all of this is truly about. But you also got to be aware with what you can live with. Be aware of the things that you do because you want to be able to live with yourself to match that quality of life as well. See, when you in order to strengthen your will, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. See, your quality of life, meaning your safety, your mind, the way you evaluate things properly, the way you understand how to actually move forward in challenging situations. Don't let challenging situations kick your ass. Get to know why it's challenging. Same thing with learning who you are, right? There are parallels, they go together. To make it, the more you make it easier on yourself, the better it is going to get for yourself. But it starts with being uncomfortable. It starts with being uncomfortable and making yourself comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Being able to endure. That's how you strengthen your will. Don't always set your beliefs on things that favor you. Why don't you get off your ass and start knowing something? That's the difference. Belief and knowing are not the same damn thing. And I wish you get it out your mind and stop equating those two with being equals because they're not. The shit that you believe in, someone else can prove false and untrue. But understand something. When you're dealing with the Willis podcast and when you're dealing with people of that magnitude, understand one thing. I know myself better than you, and I might know you too. You better. That's why it's very important to know yourself because then you're not vulnerable. You're not vulnerable. You understand? You're not waiting on somebody to kick your ass. You're prepared. I'm talking mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Somebody's always trying to kick your ass in some way, shape, or fashion. Somebody's always trying to get the best of you. What you have to do is understand who they are so that you can sidestep them and move on. You don't even have to see them, just be aware of them. They're called vampires. They exist in the dark shadows. They're the icons. The ones that make beautiful women so angry and act ugly and they don't even know why. Just gorgeous, but you want to act nasty. Not all. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to allude to is it's not against the law to be nice. It's not against the law or it's not wrong to have a good attitude about life. It's not wrong. I think it's a beautiful thing to have a pleasant smile so that you don't, come across so nasty. So I think I need to see some people participate in being more genuine with each other because that's how we move forward in this thing we call life. Everything doesn't have to be so archaic. Everyone doesn't have to be so damn defensive. We can have a conversation without being hostile. Let me get to the next moment. Outside forces deplete your power. Let me say that again. Outside forces deplete your power. So some people it's not even worth interacting with at all. At all. Because the very interaction that you have with that person is just unyielding. Something's always off. Something's always negative. It's like no one wants to accept the actual translation. There's always conflict. You can never get anything accomplished with a person like that because their whole concentration is to create a chaotic communication, a chaotic exchange. It is sad because that allows you never to grow. You always cut yourself short because there's no yield of understanding there. That's why it's always it's always a beautiful thing to exchange with people that are mature. I didn't say that they forgot who they were, or forgot how to learn, or forgot how to be childlike, or to have fun, or to just relax. But at the end of the day, what you really want is to be able to communicate properly without so much animosity, so much defense, so much, so many foretold thoughts that aren't real. They're called assumptions. You get cutting somebody off. Oh, I know what you mean. No, the fuck you don't. That's not what I was saying. No, you don't. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But they swear up and down they do. But no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you just gotta, in those type of exchanges, you just have to ease up a little bit and try to slow the exchange down. Communicate properly. See, I have, sometimes my brain can operate where I can say things in my head, but when they come out my mouth, it's like, damn, I didn't say it though. I ain't say the whole thing. It's moving too fast. And you have to settle down, take a couple of breaths, and actually focus on saying what you mean. Because a lot of times when you communicate with people, a lot of information is lost in translation. So you're stuck on that stupid part where you like, I ain't say that, I ain't say that, I ain't say that, ain't getting nowhere. I ain't say that. That's not what I said. And this is shit. You forget what the fuck you're talking about at that point. It's over with. Shit, you might as well just move the hell on. Fuck it. Shit cooked in. You know what I'm saying? That's that apparatus of confusion. That's that confusion. That specifies a specific confusion. And those are the things that you want to really stay away from. Confusion, chaos. People full of them outside forces, those outside forces, they deplete your power. So you have to sidestep that because it's designed to do just what I said, deplete your power. You don't believe me? Think about your last exchange like that. Everybody has it. He's like, God, I'm tired of this motherfucker. Damn, I'm tired of dealing with your ass. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Wilderness Podcast. All right? Let's get to the next book moment. Maintain your power by increasing your internal intelligence. The shit that you know about you. Maintain your power by increasing your internal intelligence. When you maintain your power, you got to learn how to maintain it, first of all. And then you can learn how to enhance it. But you have to do it only through internal intelligence, the shit that you tell yourself, the things that you know about you, and you're not lying. See, sometimes you got to believe in yourself, but you're not telling yourself a lie. You know certain things that you don't have to share. It's private, it's personal, it's specific, it's contained inside you. And sometimes that's the power that you need to be the best with, the power that you need, that you have within, that you have to tap into, utilize to be the best person out. You understand how that works? You have to do that. You have to maintain your power by increasing your internal intelligence, your intuition, your gut feeling, your first mind, your pineal, your pituitary. You got to be in sync. You have to be in sync. Your chakras, your alignment. The awakening is within, but you have to work those muscles, those internal muscles. You have to work your brain, the biggest muscle. And you also have to work your heart. Don't nothing really go if that heart ain't right. You want to get the conflict out of your heart. Get the hatred out of your heart. Get the confliction out of your heart. That creates stress, unnecessary stress. And it's unyielding on the body. Stress is extremely unyielding on the body. Sometimes you have to express yourself to get what you need to say out in order to express, because it relieves what? Stress, dis-ease, and stress are cousins. Think about that. Think about the etymology in the words. Dis-ease and stress are kissing cousins. And here comes misery. You don't want those things. What you need is you need to be around people, and you need to associate yourself with people that keep you in a state of ease with no stress. That's the ticket. See, that's the game plan. That's the ball game right there. I'm trying to tell you. That's how you get through some shit. That's how you get, get it out your way, overcome it. Don't even have to deal with it no more because you've addressed it. You've internalized it. You have studied it. And now you have risen above it because you can see it coming every time now. That's a skill set that you gain. From a weakness becomes a strength. From what you thought was a loss was an actual lesson. Let's get to the next moment. Keep positive people around you because energy is always vibrating. Everything's always moving. Just because it's faster than the eye. Everything vibrates, including you. Nothing stays still. So you have to watch the people that are around you because they permeate a certain type of energy, essence, vibration, aura. You can feel it in the aura. But whatever they permeate, and you can feel it too, you just got to be conscious of it. Because I promise you, subconsciously, you are very aware of it. That's why some people can walk in a room and change the mood, for good and for bad. It's what they permeate, is what you carry. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. So you ever heard of that terminology called check yourself before you wreck yourself? That's what that's about. Checking your vibration, checking your attitude, check your positioning, checking if you goddamn outvaluing yourself or not. You might want to do so. You might want to always try to cover your spaces, cover your ground, and cover your six. Because you might not be being repetitious enough. You might not be taking your life as serious as you should. It's your life, it's up to you, it's your decision. But practice some repetition. With whatever you like, as long as it's for the good of you and those around you. Check it out. That's the show tonight. I appreciate touching bases back with you. As always, I appreciate you so much. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always tuning into the Willis Podcast. So, for YouTube, I salute. I see you tomorrow. I'll holler at y'all, pimpin'. Y'all hang on TikTok. We're going to rap for a minute. But anyway, check it out, y'all. You know one thing about having this podcast, and the favorite part about it is I really mean it. So check it out. It's the favorite part of the show. The wheel is go! Practice some repetition. It'll serve you well.